Good morning, guys. Good morning, YouTube. Shelby, what's going on? What's up, Morgan? What's up, SpongeBob? What's up, Mom? What's up, Karuna? Annika? Good morning. We'll start here in, what we got here, about 60 seconds, guys. Let people populate in. Pre-market of what? I'm going to go over my pre-market report, if you're new here. Talk about what I'm looking at for trades today and answering questions. Can you see? Stocks, indices. Yeah, and okay, we're at some mean reversion levels. All right, guys, let's get started. Good morning. Happy, what is today? Tuesday, the 14th. Let's look at the pre-market movement. If you're new here, welcome. I talk about the futures spot. Answer your questions. If you have questions or tickers, throw them down there in the comment box. I'm with you for about 18 more minutes before I got to jump over to my trading war room where I trade with my VIPs every day. 2 for 2 this week, guys. Batting 100, right? We had a good week last week. 2 weeks ago, I didn't have a good week. It's all right. But out of 15 weeks this year, I've been green 14 of them. So how's that for pretty good? So, all right, let's get into it. Let's first look at this morning. Actually, they dropped PPI data. There was a year over year, it's higher, but PPI came in better than expected for this quarter. So take it for what it's worth. More than likely, we're going to sell into discounts and just run again. I mean, the Trump effect on the market is just unbelievable. So you can't fight the trend. Yeah, so I know you can't see it. So core PPI and PPI, nothing else today. I'm just checking. All right. And then let's look at the oscillators because they're going to be stretched. Let's look at first the NIMO. Look at that, guys. Can you say oversold? Means we've got a snapback correction coming. They can go slightly higher, right? But how you like those ads, Instagram? Let me move you. If you prefer the horizontal charts, guys, jump over to at Student Alpha on YouTube. You'll get the full chart. Now look at this. The last time we were this high was July of last year, and we sold off, right? We went higher than that. I think this was like 80. This was, this was 80. So it can go higher than 60. This was the tariff shock, and then it sold down, right? So we want to start looking at mean reversion levels. I mean, they've got to come in. I mean, this is a rubber band effect, right? The NAMO, I haven't looked at it. Let's see, is it oversold? Ooh, 57. She's close. It has not been this high since the tariff drop. Look at that. So we're going to keep an eye on it. I mean, and as I look at the charts, guys, we're at a lot of mean reversion levels. Hard to ignore. All right, let's look at ES. So 69.50. So the white line is the bias. So intraday, we're looking for longs above the white line. Next long opportunity is actually the price action where it's at right here at about 69.38. But we need price to drop and recross. What I'd really like here is off the bell for a long for that VWAP to touch and then give us that read. We're gonna be looking for that. We won't be taking shorts for a while, and there'll probably be some support down here in the 6,900 below bias. So if price collapses, it probably won't drop below 6,900 immediately. If we look at the Russell 2000, this is a pretty sexy mean reversion zone here. Let's look at this on the daily. How close are we to the all-time high? Is let me mark that 20. I need to move that for you, Instagram again. That is the all-time high. I'm going to mark it this way. Put a red there. Actually, and then I'm going to change it so I don't mistake it. There we go. So we only we're only, 45 points from an all-time high. So there's resistance there and there's resistance here. But in order to take this short against this trend, let me move this back over, guys. Look, my traders, what you want to look for is that 5-minute cross down. So an inverse primary read through that. TP1 is going to be that VWAP. So there's not a lot of meat on the bone there, but if that happens and then you wait 5 points for that to happen, we might be good to the bottom of the box. So the buy and sell signal is going to happen at the same time. Why is that? That doesn't make any sense to me. You see this box, buy and sell? When we're sitting in these boxes, that's why, guys. I explained this in my war room. If you watched my reel yesterday, guys, I explained why I took a gold short against all timelines being long, right? We drop knowledge in our war room. So you're not just trading, you're actually learning to improve. If any of my traders are on and you can validate that, throw it in the comments. Let me know if you're learning in my war room. Even when it's slow and there's no trades, we can only take what the market gives us, but we teach. All right, so that's RTY. So we can short 2,700, but the long signal is going to come off that too. So it's all going to be about volume and momentum. We'll look at it as it happens. NASDAQ has just been in fuego, running up. As you can see, the oscillator jumped up. So our next long read is right here about 25,668. Again, I'd like a VWAP touch for confirmation off the bell. We'll see what happens. You can see there was a big jump and then a sell-off after PPI and all candles through a wick. So there's sellers sitting up here, right? And those are all going to be profit takers, right? So as we climb higher, and this is true for all indices, there's going to be sellers taking profit off of, this is a 3,000 point run in NASDAQ. So believe me, there's going to be large orders of sellers up there. So this block is going to be pretty strong. And that sits where the all-time high is as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But right now we're hunting the next long in NAS. If you have questions or tickers, you can throw them in the comment box. Look at that, guys. 2 matrix signals. Let me see. Did they pay? I wasn't. So is this YM? So you're going to hunt 100 points. So that candle, wait for the trade, 100. There's 100. You go 1-to-1 on your risk reward. You're not even close to your stop loss. Look at that. Bam. Matrix paid on that one. What about this one? Candle close. Look for retracement. You're still in this trade. If it pays 50%, which it did, you should be break even. Hey, matrix for the win, guys. It's like having me sit at, that's how I trade. That's like having me sit at your trade desk. Links in my bio if you want to grab the matrix. Plus it does all this cool stuff on your chart, puts all this, the technicals on there for you. But the next trade in the Dow is at about 48,450, and it's close enough to VWAP. I'd like a VWAP to tap and hold to give that cross. We're above bias. You see bias held earlier. Excellent. Let's get into gold for everybody, and I'll start answering your questions, guys. You throw them in the chat, I'll take a look at them. Gold is, look, this is important. Do you see that rejection? Maybe you don't on Instagram. That rejection, that near rejection, not close, declining down. Anybody know what that red line is? That's the all-time high anchored VWAP, right? And it's sitting in this zone. This is a good mean reversion zone. Yep. That all-time high, if you look at it. Yeah, see, it's just sitting right up there. So this is a good short area, right? It's already paid out. So if you took this short on the touch and cross, it's already paid. It paid 40 points. What would 40 points on your leverage do? That's 4 days of trading. 4 days. All right, but anyway, we're at a battle between longs and shorts here. I think it's a stronger argument for shorts with this all-time high anchored VWAP. Of course, we're going to call it in the war room. Technically, if you get this close to this candle, guys, this is a long. You're going long into this box. Typically 10, you can hunt 5. You see what I'm saying? Like if you for my traders, remember these zones are very sluggish. All right, let's get to your questions, guys. Thanks for joining. Again, go to my YouTube at Student Alpha. I put out a free report every weekend. Plus, I have content there. Like, subscribe, follow, share it to folks so they know about us, if you would. We've got about 100 people on. It's good to see everybody. Let's see what questions YouTube has. Annika says she's always learning and like hanging out with y'all in the war room. I mean, we tell some good jokes too. So glad you're within our war room, Annika. Brian, so true. Learning a lot. Had 2 matrix wins this morning. Yeah. And do you notice the matrix wins when it starts to trend? It's not just the matrix, guys. There is no trading system that's win rate stays high in a drift or range regime, right? So, yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago, the matrix was stalling a bit. Guess who else was stalling? Me. Like everybody. I mean, when you're range bound, it's brutal trading. So, but good on you. It's the long-term use of the matrix that will pay out. I mean, maybe you have a bad week. Guess what? Bad weeks are part of trading. Top disqualifiers for primary reads aside from TP going into mean reversion box. Range. So like if you look at like here, look at this horrible range that this sat in overnight. It gave 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one broke it. See that? So that range was only 10 points. You can't take any reads in there. If you do, right, depends on your risk profile, you take that long, your stop loss has to be outside that range, which might be outside your normal risk profile, right? So the best thing to do is you recognize the range break. I'll be making a video on this for my matrix users. Recognize the range break, you allow it to break, and then settle back down. And then, guys, that's the signal you trust, because you think it's by accident that it happened right above that range. Folks, I teach all this. Listen, I went to school. I got the education. People with my education work at hedge funds. They don't run trade groups. I choose to teach those that don't know this, right? So that's how you do it. The tough part is, full disclosure, you don't know you're in a range until you're in it, right? But it's just like when you're swimming in the ocean, you don't know you're in a riptide until you're in it. It's, do you identify it quickly and deal with it, right? That's very important, guys. But good question, Chase. Gold on spot for sure. Let's look at it. I haven't actually looked at it today. Instagram, I'll come over to check your questions in a second. Look at all that analysis on there. Let me get rid of that regression trend line, clean it up. There we go. Yeah, we're going to have overhead resistance. You can already see the 4,800 failed. So it's going to be sticky in here. You want to know the price difference between futures 79. So in one is 22 point difference. So that means that for this to touch 4,800, futures will touch 4,822. You just want to know that correlation. But technically right now you're getting a buy in spot. Right, so that is a buy. Right, if you can get a little bit of retracement, that should be good. Worth 10. I think futures is going to make it a little sluggish because the dog wags its tail, but the tail can also wag the dog. But that is a buy signal if you can get a mild retracement here. Right. Okay. Good question. How am I doing on time? A few minutes here left, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, gold trade yesterday. I mean, you just have to trust a trade plan. And honestly, SpongeBob, if I would have got kicked out, it wouldn't upset me because I would enter that probably each time. What's the website called? Mamacita's Hot Dogs. Let me know what since I'm just now seeing your question, what was the website I was on that you're asking? I use stock chart. This is stockcharts.com for my oscillators. I'm not sure which one you're asking. You can ask again. And guys, if I don't get to your questions, go to my profile, go to my free Discord. You can always tag me in there and I'll answer your questions. I put that in there so we can continue this conversation. All right, scrolling down. Oh, Mama C. So our stats are in our as we do trades. Prop firm kid Dan post them in our VIP war room call out so you can see it 2 for 2 this week. We're running over 80% this year. We went on a hot streak, 30 for 35 there for about a month. That's pretty good. Thing is, you watch us in our trades. Absolutely. Yeah, SpongeBob feels more patient about waiting for trades. And that's one of the things as a senior trader, guys, I try to impart to my folks is just be patient. This XAU is going to pay. You just got the matrix green dot, guys. This is a proprietary measurement. That's going to pay. It's going to pay up to this level. If you're already in a trade, you love getting the green dot during your trade. See what other questions you have. SPX. Yeah, we talked about ES, but I'll look at SPX for you. 6,900 is going to be really sticky with those oscillators being oversold. So honestly, if you're trading, sorry, there we go. If you're trading SPX products, adjacent products, I'd start looking for shorts near that. I'm not saying this is a reversal and we drop, but we're going to retrace. So there you go, SPX. That's a critical level for that. We'll see how it opens at Bill. Good questions, guys. Yeah, so, yep, stockcharts.com. NIMO and NAMO, you got to put the $ in before it. You got to know where those oscillators are. Excellent. Back over to YouTube. Got spot gold. So, and guys, always know correlated prices. I did a video on this the other day. Anytime I do videos, if you just share them to people, that helps. It actually helps the algorithm. Because those that don't know, my war with Meta, Meta's actually banned me on just about everything. That's why I've been at 22,500 followers for like 3 months. And like if I wake up in the morning, I get another 100 followers, and then another day, another 25, and then another 75, and then it should add up. But my numbers keep dropping. I ran an ad about joining my free Discord where I come in and help you out, and they banned me for being a scam. Ban me. I can't advertise. They suppress my content. Isn't that ironic with as many 21-year-olds selling you bullshit courses and renting Lambos and stuff? But so anytime I put out content, if you guys would just share it to a couple people, I'd appreciate it. Try to break the chains of the algorithm. It's really got me in a rock and a hard place for growth. So, guys, I'm going to head over to my war room. A couple things at Student Alpha on YouTube. I always put out a weekend update, and then also go watch the second video I put out this week, meeting the team at ABR. That was a great meeting, and those are swing trades that are still valid. Go look at them. And then go to my free Discord. Love helping the community free doing these. I've been doing these lives for free for like 4 years. And then if you want to come in and trade with us and learn, I do have a paid product called the VIP. You get a 7-day free trial. Links in the bio. Come see me. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow. Good luck today.